Hello, and welcome to Comparing Authentic Education and Democratic Citizenship, covered under the Grade 6 Science curriculum.
So for grade subject and topic, we decided to do grade 6 science. For our topic, we did understandings of the physical world are deepened by investigating matter and energy, and how can the particles of matter be influenced by heating or cooling.
To understand the learning outcomes, students in grade 6 are expected to move beyond just observing the changes in states of matter. They must first explain and understand why substances change states when heated or cooled in terms of the particle model of matter. Particles move faster when heated, slower when cooled, and this affects their arrangement. Second, they must investigate and conduct experiments, collect data, and analyze results related to heating and cooling. Third, they must analyze and go deeper into the effects of temperature changes on solids, liquids, and gases. This includes changes in volume, density, and form.
For our focus around learning outcomes, we did it surrounding knowledge and understanding, to understand the particle theory of matter and how it explains the properties of solid, liquid, and gas, and to know the relationship between temperature and the movement of particles, while also understanding the concept of phase changes and how they can relate to movement of particles, and also recognizing the conservation of mass during phase changes. And lastly, for our final learning outcomes, we did inquiry and skills. It was design and conduct controlled experiments to investigate the effects of heating and cooling on matter, to collect, analyze, and interpret data from experiments, and to draw conclusions based on evidence, and also communicate findings effectively through written reports and presentations.
As we take a look at the lesson plan, it is important to know some of the key ideas that make up authentic education and democratic citizenship. Authentic education has a strong emphasis on real-world application, hands-on investigation, and problem-solving. Democratic citizenship promotes social justice and productive collective action. It encourages students to be active participants in society. As mentioned, the lesson plan is on the behavior of matter particles when heated or cooled. The authentic teaching approach focuses on the real world and those hands-on activities. These are used to deepen the understanding of the topic. The hands-on experiment is to investigate how a freezer's temperature affects the volume of an inflated balloon. Students will use the particle model of matter for analysis. An authentic assessment involves breaking the students into small groups and letting them demonstrate their understanding. After partaking in the shown example, students would have to think critically and come up with their own additional example of how particles change when heated or cooled. This helps reinforce understanding through collaboration and application.
The democratic citizenship education lesson plan will also focus on the behavior of matter particles when heated or cooled. This approach to education encourages students to expand on their understanding of the science lesson in the context of global and societal hegemonies and stratification. So the key activity in this lesson plan will also be the shrinking balloon experiment, and students will investigate how the temperature of a freezer affects the volume of an inflated balloon, and they will explain their observations using the particle model of matter. Afterwards, students can explore how human-made processes involve changes in state of matter, such as the burning of fossil fuels, and how these processes affect the environment. Furthermore, students can explore how countries and societies and peoples are impacted differently by these environmental impacts. Once students learn how particles of matter behave when heated or cooled and its effect on solids, liquids, and gases through the hands-on experiment of the shrinking balloon, they will then explore which human-made processes involve changes in matter. Students can research smaller topics and issues related to the community, or they can explore global issues and larger structures as well. Students should focus on environmental impacts caused by human-made processes and how these impacts contribute to social inequality. Some examples of social inequality are environmental racism, unequal access to clean water, exposure to pollution, hazardous waste, land appropriation, and resource extraction.
Similarities for both frameworks encourage active student engagement through inquiry-based learning. AE promotes hands-on investigation and experimentation, while DCE emphasizes diverse perspectives through discussion and research, in both using exploration and questioning. The framework differs in focus. AE emphasizes how and what happens, using individual investigation, where DCE focuses on why it happens, using collaborative space for using social and ethical perspectives. In a diverse classroom, kinesthetic and visual learners excel with AE's hands-on tangible approach. DCE, while less tactile, enhances critical thinking by using diverse perspectives and social awareness. Using both approaches support varied learning styles and enriches understanding.
Thank you for watching our video presentation.